You are saying it is better to kill fishes than to boil our water.
Big brother,
and if you're listening, can I talk? As I said, Big brother, that tap water, it is not always clean. So it is not safe to say people can drink tap water and then.
That's what I said.
Sorry.
You guys, today was so hilarious. Who's calling me? Today was so hilarious. Temba argued to the point where he was now supporting Thato's points, and I'm like, what is going on here? It was the most hilarious act I've watched in Big Brother. I did not expect it. I was thinking that it was going to be boring. But when Thato and Temba came on stage, there were different parts that were just so hilarious. Oh God. If you did not watch it, then you definitely missed, but I'm here for you. So they had a debate today on different topics. I'm going to break it down for you guys, and then, we'll talk about other things that happen in the house. Welcome back to my channel, guys. If you are new here, please do want to subscribe, turn on your post notifications so that I can get notified each time I post a brand new video, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. So let me just continue with Temba and Thato's argument before we now talk about the entirety of what the debate was about. For Temba and Thato, they had to argue on bottled water, whether bottled water should be banned, and Temba was arguing for that. He was for the fact that bottled water should be banned, and Thato was arguing against. Now Temba's points were mostly about the fact that all these plastic bottles, the way it's going to be disposed of, it could, be harmful to the environment, especially if thrown into the sea. It could harm the fish in the sea, right?
Some of the biggest companies have claimed to recycle, and also they have been proven sometimes to have instead dump their plastic bottles into the sea.
And the way Thato just came about that particular point, she just came at him like, you are not considering the fact that when you talk of bottled water, you're not only talking what's wrong with me these days? You're not only talking about plastics, right? There are other materials that are used to make bottled water. So she came with that point, and when she came with the point, Sister Mara's reaction was something else. Sister Mara was just like, ah! In fact, even Temba's teammates knew that they finished them, and it's not only Temba that they finished them. We are going to get to the other people.
We do know that the housemates have a problem of listening to understand. When we say bottled water, we do not only limit it to plastic. Big brother, I introduce you to plastic bottles, glass bottles, and most importantly, carton bottles that are in fact biodegradable.
It was Sister Mara's reaction for me. I'm like, Sister Mara is always giving reactions, always giving us memes to use. So for the other topics that were discussed, Tools and Libo had an argument about whether aliens are real or not, and Tools was arguing for the motion, and Libo was arguing against the motion that aliens are real. And Tools was the first speaker. Normally, the way they did it, the first speaker is going to be arguing for, then the person against is going to come afterwards. So Tools made his points, very clear points, tried to state facts that are not exactly facts, but you know how debate is now. It's about your confidence. So Tools stated his points, and it was time for Libo to speak. Instead of Libo to state his own points, he just came straight up to attack Tools' point. Like, okay, you said aliens are real, how can you prove that they are real? I'm like, you're supposed to prove your points about why you think they are not real. Give your own facts before you now, like, in the process of giving your own facts, you can now question that this thing. But he did not even say anything on his own part. So he was just questioning and arguing with Tools.
Yes, are beings that are beyond the planet Earth, things that we don't understand.
Beyond the planet Earth.
Yes.
Is the moon not beyond the planet Earth?
I'm not speaking about the moon. I'm speaking about aliens.
Beyond the planet Earth, and
I'm not speaking about the moon. I'm speaking about aliens.
Then another set spoke about whether genetically modified organisms are bad for you, and Paul argued against, saying that they are not actually bad for you, and then GASH1 argued for. Right? For this set, I feel like they were a little bit balanced. They both had good points, and they presented it, in their different ways. But in terms of like delivery, Paul really gave it to GASH1. GASH1 had his point, but his delivery was just like, debate, you need to, be all out there. So for that, I think the other one was a little bit, it was a level playing field, but Paul just killed it because she had her own facts, and then she presented it with confidence.
Now we're liberal people. There's growth, there's technology, all these things, and we are moving with the times.
There are some things that when you eat them, they are beneficial to you. But looking at the fact that all of these GMO injected foods are actually more expensive.
The last topic was whether school uniforms should be banned, and it was Terry and Sister Mara that had the argument about it. Sister Mara was arguing for the fact that she was supporting the fact that school uniforms should be banned, and then Terry was arguing against it. For this one, I did not really watch Terry's part because my internet was just doing anyhow, so the whole thing just cut off when she was about to speak. But from what I was seeing online, she actually, did very, very well. I think she's the one that did the most for her team. And I knew that was going to be the case because even during the practice sessions, she was the one that was really, really prepared for it. And she was the one that had the strong suits in this field, basically.
So what are we saying to a trans body that finds themselves in an open school that they discover that they are, in fact, a trans body and they don't feel neither safe or seen?
In general, Team Stones finished Team Sticks. Like, they beat them hands down, and it's expected because I knew that was going to happen even from the beginning. From when they gave them the task, they already knew that it is our time to shine. Everybody has their time to shine, basically. So it was basically their time to shine. Then they had a game that they made. People that tasked them to make a game, and they did that. They made a board game that was really, 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 really nice. They played it this afternoon, and I was really impressed. Like, it's one of the entertaining games that they've played in the house. During the game, yeah, there are certain things that you roll. Sorry, when you roll the dice, it's going to you're going to be given certain tasks to do. So those tasks were kind of interesting. They can tell you to go and bring coffee for somebody, or tell you to kiss your crush, or tell you. So it was actually an interesting game. They did good, and then the way the whole board looks like it was professionally made. They did a very good job. So they presented it in after their debate.
For example, in our game, you can send another housemate to make you hot chocolate while hopping on one leg.
And there are 72 blocks on this board representing the 72 days that we would have been in the Big Brother house if we do make it to week 10.
Then as for their outfits, Big Brother did not even make it any better. I think the fact that they were wearing those grandma clothes now made it even worse, now made it even more funny. Like, how can you take them seriously like that? With Ember looking like that. Then Team Stones, they were looking like clowns. They were made to look like clowns. And when they were giving these outfits, GASH1 was being very stubborn. He didn't want to wear it. He wore it literally like maybe when they were about to go in, and before he even wore it, I think he even had to go and ask Big Brother whether he has to wear it. He was saying that he's not in support of it. He was being very, very adamant and stubborn.
You don't agree with it, why?
I'm uncomfortable. I'm being honest.
Then move to the bed.
No, it doesn't matter how I wear it. I'm just gonna wear it. I'm just gonna put it on over my clothes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you're a Biggie's house, you have to be ready to do all those things. Although, on the other hand, I like when they are being stubborn, somehow a little bit stubborn to Big Brother, right? So later on, he shall wore it.
Congratulations, housemates.
Then another thing happened earlier on in the house. Temper literally fell from the staircase. Like he said the way he described it, like he rolled down. And I was trying to imagine how the whole thing was, because he said he has never rolled like that before. I'm like, oh, that must have been really, really painful for him to say it has never happened to him like that before.
I was amazed that what. Thank you. I fell up the stairs, my friend, up to down here.
Yeah, I scared stuff.
I've never rolled like this in my whole life.
Sad about that.
Then Big Brother Sha called him to the diary room to, I don't know what he did for him there. Maybe he gave him medications, or maybe somebody had to massage his leg because his leg was hurt. I was just like, thank God, dude, that it's just his leg that's hurt, because all these small accidents can, escalate sometimes. So I think God it's just a leg situation. So that's how the whole thing happened. Then GASH1 and Tato, they settled. Will I call it settling? They spoke this morning, and Tato was trying to have a conversation with GASH1. You guys know that yesterday they slept, they did not cuddle, right? And they always cuddle. So last night they did not cuddle because of the conversations that they had before it was time to sleep. So this morning Tato was now asking him that he's not okay, that when he's ready to talk, she's there. It was like he's fine, that he just woke up feeling like plain and neutral.
What happened?
Nothing happened.
So when do you want to talk about it?
Talk about what? Why I woke up neutral? How can somebody choose how they wake up?
They choose. It's a choice.
After the whole conversation that they were having, she was trying to cheer him up and all. Then later on, she now started trying to make him smile. And it was actually cute to see, like, the way she was now trying to make him smile, and he was smiling. And at some point, she said, "You should look into her eyes." I'm like, I think GASH1 has not been in the mood since today. I don't know why. He has not said what is really doing him. He's not saying the truth. There's something that's really doing him. He has not said it yet. But yeah, we're just going to watch and see how that plays out.
When you're ready to talk about it, I'm here.
There's nothing to talk about.
That's a lie. Hopefully, very lovely energy. We'll put a little bit of a smile. A little bit of a smile. I wish you would look at me.
So this is where I end this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I'm going to see you on the next one. Bye. Love you.